morning, my dear students. Today we are going to deal our subject economics, and our today's topic is economy and its systems. But before going to deliver something on economy and its systems, it is better for me to remind you that we have discussed what is economics, what are the concepts of economics. We have already discussed what was the subject matter of economics, and we have already focused light on that very why to study economics. I am sure that you might have got that very thing, but today which we are going to state or which we are going to discuss, that is economy and its systems. I am sure that you will follow me. Economy and its systems, which is one of the leading topic in your this economy and its systems. So there are actually various systems in an economy, but before that we must try to know what is the meaning of the economy. The meaning of economy is different from that economics. Again, I may repeat that I will give the reminder economics, making of choice in the presence of scarcity is economics. And what is economy? I will give you that concept. What is economy? So economy basically economy is a system. It is that type of system which provides what it provides, which provides people living and working during the production process. So that is very important. Economy is a system. It is that type of system which provides working and living, keeping in view two things which I am going to discuss here: living, working, number one, and the second is living. To whom? To people. When? During the production process. So again I may repeat, economy. By economy, what we mean by economy? By economy we mean that system which provides working and living to the people during the production process. And what is the production process? You must be in a position to know that we have means of production: land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. Land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. So that is going to be involved in this system. But before that, we have to deal with this thing. We must know what is the meaning of economy. Economy means providing working and living to people during the production process. That is called economy. So this is what is economy. Now we have to deal with the systems of the economy. I may mention here, my dear students, which are most important. There are three systems in our economy. One is called market economy. So, and another, that is the second one, that is called centrally planned economy. And the third, that is called mixed economy. When we are going to see the developed and underdeveloped countries, we are getting where the system market economy exists, where centrally planned economy exists, where mixed economy exists. But being a students of economics, we must be in a position to know where this type exists, where this system exists, and where this system exists. What is the approach of this system, and what is the highlights of this system, or what are the functions of the system, and how they are capable to drive the economic graph, to drive the economic position in a better way. So we are in a position to discuss this thing when we will understand the systems of the economy. Now we will focus light on the market economy. Market economy you must be in a position you can understand this market economy. It is a system which exists in our world, and where it exists, I may give you the example. The second name of here, I may say you, the second name of this market economy is capitalist economy. Try to understand. Don't be confused. Capitalist economy. So this is one and the same. Here again, I may say you, the next name of this is centrally planned economy, controlled by the central authority, or we can say by the that is the second name is socialist economy. Socialist economy. So where it exists, I may give you the example. And there is mixed economy, that is mixed, called only mixed economy. We can't say the next name of this thing, but market economy is called capitalist economy, centrally planned socialist economy, mixed economy is mixed economy. Now let us focus light on the this market economy. Market economy is basically playing an important role in some countries, like I may say you, USA. So this country. And what is the meaning of market economy? Where? The means of production. I have already told you there are means of production. Try to understand. There are four. One is land. Means of production, one is land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. Where means of production, it is that system where means of production are owned and controlled privately. So here the system is under private sector, privately. They are owned privately. So now it is easy to define market economy where the means of production, land, labor, capital, and that very entrepreneur are owned privately. And that is also called capitalist economy. Now let us proceed to another side. Because these four factors, land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur, four factors of production. Now centrally planned economy is also correlated with these. Means centrally planned economy is that type of economy in which means of production, land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur are owned by the public. They are owned by public. Owned by public. What are owned by public? Land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. That is called centrally planned economy. Or we can say that is a socialist economy. Now let us proceed towards our mixed economy. Mixed economy is basically a mixture. It is a mixture of both this capitalist economy as well as this centrally planned, which is quoting the other name, socialist economy. This is mixture of both capitalist economy as well as socialist economy. So we can say mixture of both capitalist economy and that of what is called that is called socialist economy. So now when we are saying that the means of production are owned by private sectors privately, that is called capitalist economy. What is the example of capitalist economy where this system exists? My dear students, it exists in USA. So capitalist economy exists in USA. They do have the capitalist system of economy. Clear? You must be in a position to know where this system exists. Then we are saying where the socialist economy exists. This is Russia and China. So this system is existing in Russia and China. Then there is mixed. We do have our own country, India, where we are having a mixed type of economy, and mixed system, or we can say mixed system of economy. So we do have here both this capitalist and socialist type of economy. Why it is called such type of economy, because here we do have private institutions as well as public institutions. So both are existing in our country, India. Now you are aware about the fact that USA is having the capitalist type of economy, and dear Russia and China, they do have the socialist pattern of economy, and here in India we have a mixed type of economy. Now it is clear, but here now we have to see how the prices are going to be determined in a free market economy or in a capitalist economy or in various types of economies, because we know that when there are, the question is, when there are large number of buyers, large number of producers, large number of, consumers or producers, then how they are able to influence the price. My dear students, let us go to draw a graph here. By diagram we can understand why the prices are going to be determined, and this is a question when there are large number of people, buyers and producers, then how the price is going to be determined. Basically, I must say you that the price determination takes place by some forces, and those two forces are, my dear students, those are demand and supply. Demand and supply. They are the two forces which affect this. By this, we know the price determination takes place. So let us try to know. Here I draw the two lines. One is called y-axis and other x-axis. So along y-axis here we are going to measure price, right? And here we are going to measure demand and supply. Demand and supply. So now we have two curves here, and other curve is from this side. So this is called DD is demand curve and SS is supply curve. So both the, I may say you, where both the curves intersect, that is the price determination. Say they intersect at point E. So this is price determination. Let us see how the price is going to be determined in the market. So OP is our price and OQ is demand, quantity demand and quantity supply in the market. So let us see, they intersect at point E, which is called the price determination. Now let us make it more concrete, clear, by drawing another line. This line is demand, DD is demand curve, it represents law of demand, and SS is supply curve, this represents law of supply. So therefore, from P to P1, we are saying the P1, this is P1 price, OP is price in the market, and this OQ, that is quantity demand and quantity supply. Now here we should see what is the price determination. We make it clear. P1 is price, D1 is, this touches the curve here, demand curve. This is called the demand curve. So this D1 is our demand, and P1 and S1 is our supply. So here you may be able to understand what is the position of demand and supply and price. Now P1 D1 is our price, clear? P1 S1 is our supply. So this is demand and this is supply. Try to understand. So therefore P1 S1, this P1 S1, which is a supply, is greater than P1 D1. Clear? So by D1 S1, which I was quoting, that there are two forces, demand and supply, which makes the determination of price. So here let you see P1S1 is supply. It is when there is excess supply and less demand, price may come down from P1 to P. So it is clear that P1D1 is our demand and P1S1 is the supply. Supply P1S1 is greater than P1D1 by D1S1. This is the force. So this force is this, that the prices may come down. Clear? Now for your more information, we will draw another curve. So this P2, S2 and D2. Let you see here, the same position is here, but different from that, P2 and S2. P2 and S2. That is our, this line, they are touching this line, this supply. So here we are saying that P2D2 is our demand. So when there is excess demand and less supply, what will happen? The prices will rise up. The prices will rise up. So therefore, this OP and OQ, that is OP is price in the market and OQ quantity demanded and quantity supply. Always try to learn that quantity demanded is equal always quantity supply. So here we are getting that OP is our that price determination where we are getting where the two curves intersected, that is called price determination point. So it is clear, my dear students. I hope that you might have get my topic, and tomorrow I will see you again. Khuda Hafiz.